I had a thought. If you were on SNL, what is the band that you would want to introduce? And what song would you want to introduce by that band as well?
Ooh. Okay. Well, first of all, if I'm hosting SNL, I'm going to assume that I am ultra famous from this podcast.
Yes.
And everybody knows how naturally hilarious I am. So the musical guest comes on and they're like, oh, we got to take a break from Shauna's comedic talents. Fine. And it would be AFI because they are my favorite band of all time. And I think I would be introducing some songs off of Sing the Sorrow. And even though that album is like 20 years old, it would be, we're playing a throwback special. So we're playing songs from AFI, Sing the Sorrow, Leaving Song Part 2. Shout out to my emo kids. What about you guys?
Let's see. If I was on SNL, first of all, I wish I could sing and I could be one of those people that it's like they host and they also perform at the same time, but I am not that talented. So I would probably like to introduce Blackpink. They're like a K-pop group, and their song, How You Like That, for sure. And then at some point I'd just go dance with them on stage. It'll be like a total collab. It'd be really exciting.
Oh my
That'd
God,
be super
I love
fun.
Blackpink. Yes, that would be so cute.
For me, I would definitely want to introduce Billie Eilish because that means I would get to meet her. Yes. And she's literally my idol. And the song I would want to do is probably, I know it's one of her older songs and like her first song, but it would definitely be Bad Guy just because that's a pump up song. And it's the one that really made her famous. And then maybe Justin Bieber would come out since he was on the song with her too. And like he would make a surprise appearance.
And everyone squeals.
Yes, exactly. Because I'm actually becoming to love Justin Bieber, I will admit. He's growing on me.
Really?
He's growing on me too. I mean, I'm not like a, what do they call his Beliebers? I'm not a believer.
Yeah. Oh, no.
But I'll admit that the guy's he's more talented than me at singing, I guess.
Right. I'm like, I think Haley changed him for sure.
I'll give him that. I'm going to introduce Ashlee Simpson. She's going to have her comeback special from SNL. She's going to come back and not lip sync.
Okay.
But she actually ends up lip syncing again and she just humiliates herself all over again. And it's just like, oh, sorry, guys. Oops, she did it again. Yeah, it'd be great. It's going to be good times.
Recorded in Phoenix, Arizona.
It's the Pop Culture Junkie podcast.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Pop Culture Junkie podcast. I am Nicole, and I'm here with my great friend, Shauna.
Hi, I'm Shauna.
And today we have a very special guest with us. Her name is Karla Hernandez. And she is originally from Napa, California, and she's also a fellow Sun Devil. So go Devils.
Go Devils.
We love that. She is a co-host for Live 101.5 Phoenix for The Morning Mess, which is awesome to have someone who has that kind of platform on our podcast. So we want to welcome you to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. And yeah, go Sun Devils. I'm also on in LA on 97.1 AMP. So
okay.
Yeah.
That is so
awesome. Cool. Okay, so for people who are listening who aren't from Phoenix or LA, what kind of music do you generally play on your radio stations that you host on?
It's like top 50. So anything that's like a very recurrent tune, like all the Justin Bieber songs right now, we're playing that. The Dua Lipa, the Nicki Minaj, all that fun stuff.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
Cool.
Do you ever get tired of hearing like the same song over and over and over again?
Yes. It's only because like when a song is really, really good, we put it in like in rotation a lot. You know, that's like what you're supposed to do because people are in their car for 15 minutes. So whoever's in their car, you want them to hear that song. But when I'm in there for 10 hours.
God, this song again. Jesus.
It's okay. That's why we talk a lot in between them because we're just like, oh. That's how people hear us.
That's amazing.
What made you like want to get into radio? Was that always like a dream of yours, or did you want to do something else and then you just took this type of direction?
Oh my gosh. I feel like when I first started going to ASU, I wanted to be a gynecologist.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hell yeah.
That didn't work out. No, I found out like OBGYN's insurance, like malpractice is the most expensive out of everyone. So I ended up going for communications instead.
Vaginas to radio. It's a natural transition.
It's the same, you know?
They're both music to people's ears.
But yeah, and then I started an internship in Phoenix at Entercom back then when it was still owned by CBS Radio. And then I got hired on and I just kind of stayed until an opportunity to be in the morning show actually came about, which is very rare, but it was very exciting.
That's awesome.
So awesome. I would kill to be like a radio show host. I think that just sounds so fun.
I know.
It's definitely a topic of
conversation, especially with like dating. They're like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I do radio. And I don't think they actually like know the extent of how much I put my life out there until I ask them like, hey, I know we've only been dating for 2 months, but I have to call you. Like, are you okay with that?
We have to talk on air for a second.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's caused breakups. Weeds them out.
There you go. Weed out the failures and the losers. I always think back. I'll record an episode of this podcast and then the next day I'll be sitting there and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Like, maybe I shouldn't have shouted out my ex-boyfriend or talked about that one guy from high school. Like, whatever.
It's okay. As long as you don't use their full government name, they'll never know.
Right.
That
there you go.
True.
That one guy.
That's so true.
My friends will text me and they're like, my friend, I talked about Octopus Arms in the Galentine's episode. She texted me. She's like, who is Octopus Arms? And can we talk about him right now? And I was like, how have I not told you this before? Yes, absolutely.
That's funny.
Everyone gets to know you.
Yes, we just give them nicknames. So,
do you have a radio nickname? Is it like Classy Karla?
Well, okay. So when I first auditioned for the show, everything happened really, really fast. Like I was actually talking to somebody who's on the show now still, but I was letting him know, like, I think I'm going to move back to California. I don't really see anything happening with the radio station. And I was at a TV station working at the same time. And I just wasn't sure that was like the path I wanted to go down. So when the opportunity came, it all happened in like a week. It was so fast. And on the show, the way we introduce ourselves is like, hey, what's up? It's Joey Boy. Hi, it's Nish. It's Gina. And then it's like me, right? And so they started the intro and they were like, okay, well, what do you want to call yourself? And we were already live on air. So I was just like,
I'll go by
Karla.
Yes. So I didn't get to change my name, which is like, oh man, but it's the name my parents gave me. So I guess they're happy about that.
You know, Karla's a good, strong name. I like it.
Hell yeah, it is. Thank you. Karla with a K.
Karla with a K. There you go. That's the name. Hello, it's Karla with a K.
Yes.
I love it. You're also Miss Arizona Latina 2020, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Yes. Oh my
Sometimes
God.
I forget. No, it's definitely a very much a full-time job. And it was also another one that fell on my lap just randomly. Cause I used to compete in pageants when I was like 15. And then my mom randomly was like, oh, why don't you compete again? Like I want one last crown. And I was like, okay, for you. Right. And I competed. And I lost. And then 6 months later, they had the pageant again. It was complicated, the time frame for the prior one. Anyway, so they had the competition again, and I wasn't going to compete at all. I was like, no, it's only been 6 months. I usually have at least a year to prepare. And the directors were like, oh, just compete. It'll be fun. Like, don't worry about it. And then I competed and then I won. And then COVID started. I got to keep my crown for an entire other year because they weren't going to hold a pageant in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
So now I'm also Miss Arizona Latina 2021.
Hell yeah. Woo, congratulations.
Thank you. I've been working so hard for this. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I feel like a lot of people have this like idea of beauty queens that is so 1924 and it's just not like that anymore. At all.
That's so exciting. What are some of like the responsibilities you have to do?
It's a lot of photo shoots. So
that part's fun. And then
You do have to go to nationals. So I have to compete for Miss US Latina in July in Florida. So that's probably the biggest responsibility because they want you to win. The girl that went 2 years before me, she won that. And then after you win nationals, you go to internationals. And then she won internationals also.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So she's like, I'm Miss America Latina of the world. And I was like, oh, yes. I'm going to try to follow in those footsteps.
I think you can. That's incredible.
Yeah. We'll give it a try.
We'll give it a good old college try.
Yeah, give the old ASU Sun Devil try.
There it is. I mean, the other girl was a Sun Devil, so
maybe that'll give me some good juju.
Have you ever been in a beauty pageant or wanted to do anything like that, Nicole?
You know, I always wanted to be a Toddler and Tiara superstar, for sure.
Now that she's like 24 or whatever. 24?
23.
Ah, I was close. You get like your swishers in, your little fake teeth.
My spray tan, my manicure.
Yes.
That's awesome. I was in Miss Teen Arizona when I was 15. And I made it to the top 10 and I got a little tiny trophy. So there's my little beauty queen claim to fame.
It's fun, isn't it? Like
it was so fun. I loved it. It was funny because it's like you can tell that a lot of those girls have been doing it for their entire lives and they're so prepared. And I mean, mine was kind of on a whim. And I ended up I wore like my prom dress from that year.
Yes.
You know, it's just like, this is a sparkly dress. I'm never going to wear it again. I'm just going to do this, whatever. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I like public speaking, obviously, so that wasn't an issue. But.
Did you have a talent or did you compete for the USA system?
We didn't have a talent or a swimsuit, but I'm not sure if swimsuit's like a teenage thing you do anyway. I guess that would be kind of strange.
Yeah, I always thought that was. I think that there are some people that still do. We don't. We do like a fun fashion thing.
Yeah.
So they get to decorate little wings. That's cute for them.
Oh
I do the
God.
swimsuit, but.
Oh, yeah. No, see, yeah, like you're an adult, you can wear a swimsuit. If you're like, look at me in my teenage bathing suit.
Oh, yeah, rather not do that.
I don't want people to judge me in my teenage swimming suit. I'm all right.
I'm self-conscious enough at 15.
Right. Jesus, right? Like, they're going to look at me funny. I look at me funny. So I guess we usually start the episode with kind of like breaking down pop culture news of the week. And you guys want to like dive into that? I'm sure you know a lot from your pop culture experiences just being on the radio, Karla. So
yeah, no, let's break it down. Let's get into The Bachelor. Let's get into Free Britney. Let's do all of it.
Yes. Okay. So you guys start with the Bachelor stuff and then we'll dive into the Free Britney stuff because that's exactly what I want to talk about. So take it off, Nicole.
Okay. So yes, definitely watch The Bachelor this week. Honestly, it's becoming so annoying to me. I don't really even want to continue with it. Everything is so drama filled and there's so much bullying going on, I feel like. And
isn't that what the whole crux of the show is? It's just drama.
Not bullying.
Oh,
not bullying.
Exactly.
I think one of the parts that I guess I was so disappointed by is when you're on the show, obviously, yes, everyone wants to marry the Bachelor. That's the whole point of it. You want to win. The longer you're on there, the more your followers on Instagram grow. We all know why they're doing it. It's fine. But it's such a hard experience to know that you're being judged by the entire country to begin with. And then on top of that, to add being judged by all the other girls, when instead I feel like they should be supporting each other because they're the only people that also know the experience you're going through.
That's a good point.
Exactly.
Yeah. What are they bullying each other about exactly?
There's like just a group of them that there would be new girls that came and they brought in a lot of like new girls throughout the whole season this season. And so every time one of the new girls would show up, the girls would kind of bully the new girl and be like, okay, like we've been here longer. Like, why are you here? You should just go home already.
Jeez.
Like, I don't know. I feel like it was worse than just saying like those words because that's not bad. But I don't know. Do you have a better way to describe it?
No, that's pretty much it. It's like any new person that came in, they would judge them. And then any information that they found out about a certain contestant's past, they would bring it up in like a negative way. And there's already so much, like, what was that one girl, the one with a lot of teeth? Oh, here I am bullying her, but yes, where she was like, she used to date men for money.
Yes.
I mean, didn't we all, to be honest?
Listen,
I've had a lot of friends that have done it. I'm not even going to judge them for it. Like, get your own if that's what you want to do. But it's like, you know you're on national television. Like, don't bring other people down that way because you think that you're losing the battle with math.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Especially because, like, none of us are angels. Like, and I'm sure all of those girls on there, it's like, okay, so you used to date a guy for money. Well, you used to blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's got their own stuff that they've gone through or that they're dealing with. Like, it's just stupid.
Okay, but speaking of stuff that they're dealing with and having, like, skeletons in their closet, let's talk about, what's her name, Rachael? Okay, Miss Rachael, Miss Thang, with all of the stuff that's coming out about her being a racist. And
yes,
it's bad. Like, it's not just, when people dig up your tweets from 2013 and you're like, I shouldn't have said that when I was 12. No. She was going to, like, Southern plantation themed parties in 2018.
Yeah. She's like full on, like, unapologetically racist. Like, that's, I mean, any kind of racism is like bad, obviously, but bad. But she's like full on, like, who goes to a plantation parties are not cool.
No.
Disclaimer.
Chris Harrison was trying
to defend her in that interview where he was saying, like, oh, well, is it just the woke police that are coming after her? Is it not the thing to do now, but was it the thing to do in 2018? Like, was it? No.
It's never been.
Have you been?
Right. I'm pretty sure she wins.
No. The racist girl?
Yeah, I'm like 99.8% sure she wins.
Dude.
Okay, here's like the thing with that. I get it. They pre-record the show.
But it's like,
if the fans can do that much digging within the first week, you
should do that much
digging and betting for your contestants, because now that's like so messed up to him that he's gonna let this girl win. Maybe allegedly, these are rumors.
Yeah,
that he's gonna let this girl win when there's rumors that she used to bully other girls in the past
for liking black men, and he is black.
Yeah.
What?
I wonder if like they did find it and they're like, we're going to put her on so then the fans can find it and start the drama. Like, I wonder if they do that.
Oh, interesting. God, that would be so abusive to him, though. Like, he's a black man. Let's put a racist in there and see what happens. I don't know.
That's true. It's probably not that deep. They probably do it like other types of backstories, but probably not that deep.
I don't know, man. It's making for juice. We're talking about it.
Very that.
But it'll be exciting not exciting, but it'll be interesting to see her family react to him in hometowns, because obviously it starts from home and how you grew up, I feel like. So that'll be very interesting to see how they meet and react with him.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I know this is controversial, guys. If he did choose her, they probably don't stay together. I know. For the Bachelor, that's a strange opinion.
Yeah,
I know.
Well,
just going out on a limb.
Also in Bachelor news, guess who was spotted together this past week? Claire and Dale in Florida, holding hands.
Holding hands.
Okay, so
yes. I have a conspiracy theory about that, because they supposedly broke up, right?
Like, she announced
it on Instagram.
Yep.
She claimed that she found out at the same time we did, which like super shady. But I think with all the drama going on right now, with Chris Harrison, the host, wanting to step down, with Rachael, with people assuming that she wins, I think Bachelor Nation literally called them up and was like, you need to go in public, hold hands, and pretend you like each other, because we need positive publicity right now.
We need to believe in the power of love again. Please just hold hands for a little bit.
I could see that. There's picture proof too, and then apparently there's rumors going around that Kelly and Peter are back together.
Interesting.
So,
love.
Yeah.
Well, we wish all of these super deep, heartfelt couples the best.
Would you guys ever go on the show if you had the opportunity?
100%.
She doesn't even hesitate. She's been thinking about this.
No, 100%. I totally would.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm married. Let's go back to like single Shauna.
Right.
I don't think I would go on The Bachelor. And I think I've mentioned this before, but like back when Rock of Love was a thing, I wanted to be on Rock of Love so freaking bad. All those girls do is like dress in leather, get hammered, and make out with Bret Michaels. And I can do all three of those things. So, I mean, I've never done one of those. I'll let you guys guess which one it is.
2 truths and a lie.
I have never done one of those. But I think I would be really good at it.
Yeah, same here. I feel like I would love to go on one of those shows. I don't think I'd really be looking for love.
No.
But it would just happen with every date. And I'm a Cancer, so I'm really emotional. So I feel like I would first go on and be like, oh, I don't know if this will really work out. And then by the 10th episode, I'll be the one that's crying. Like, I think that I'm in love with you. So
this is the deepest emotional connection I've ever made my entire life.
Right.
No, I'm here for the booze and the Instagram followers. It's cool. It's fine.
Hi, I'm Haley the Brave, teacher and mom by day, cosplayer and pop culture junkie by, well, also by day. I'm obsessed with all things fandom and I love to talk about it. So join me and some of my friends as we geek out about TV, movies, music, and all the awesome things that make life worth living. Listen to my podcast, 30 Nerdy and Thriving, available now on all major streaming platforms.
Let's talk some free Britney news.
Let's do it.
Yes. Okay. So that documentary premiered, Framing Britney Spears, and it breaks down really like Britney's history, her rise to fame, her mental breakdown that she had, and then just her conservatorship that's been going on since, I guess, 2008. And it's her dad, Jamie Spears, who is her conservator. And so the Free Britney movement has grown over the past couple years. And really this documentary just kind of it's been something that's been going on for years with this documentary. I feel like sparked fresh interest in it too. And a lot of criticism and people calling out Justin Timberlake too.
Yes. I feel like this documentary definitely started a conversation about the way that we treated and the way that we treat celebrities, because little Britney, she started when she was a baby, literally. And so the questions that she was being asked in interviews and the way that she was being treated and scrutinized by the media, and then Justin Timberlake just using all of that to his advantage, which let's talk about that apology.
Dude, quote unquote apology. I mean, okay, I completely agree. Like that documentary was just so heartbreaking and disgusting. And just like the things that they were saying to her, like, let's talk about your breasts. And she's 16. I'm like, who thought that was okay? And why did any of us watching this think it was okay? And was it Diane Sawyer interviewing her? And she was like, this congresswoman says that she wants to shoot you in the head. How can't you understand that? It's like, what? No. How is that an okay thing to say to her? And, God, just the way that and I know hashtag we're sorry Britney started trending after that. And God, it's just so awful the way that we just talked about her body and the media just scrutinized her and abused her. It's just so disgusting.
Yeah. But yeah, they had all the audacity and then none of the accountability. And I think that's the biggest problem is who do you really hold accountable for that when it's everybody let it happen, A, and B, it's it's so far gone. With Justin Timberlake's apology, first of all, the fact that he had to throw in Janet Jackson in there
at the end,
an ad lib, she deserves her own apology. You ruined her career too, sweetie.
And he never said what he was apologizing for to them in that apology. Did you see that? He's just I want to say that I'm sorry to Brittany and Janet. And then, he did make he acknowledged that he has a black and brown women, people of color, women, LGBTQ people are judged much more than he will ever be as, a straight white guy. And yes, you're just realizing that, Justin. Good job. But he never says I apologize to Janet for, completely throwing you under the bus in that situation and for letting you get all the slack on that and being slut shamed, or for Britney for using he just I'm sorry guys. I don't know. At least he said something, but what are you sorry for, man?
Yeah. And it's strange too because she has a TikTok account. I don't know if she still does. I haven't seen her in quite some time, but
Britney does?
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if she still has it, but like over the fall, summer type, she would post videos and they were super strange. Like they looked as if someone was standing in front of her telling her exactly what to do and say. And I don't know if that's just her and how she is nowadays with everything that's happened to her, or if that actually happened, because people would make comments and they'd be like, wear yellow in your next video if you need help, or do this sign in your video if you need help. And she would sometimes do those things. And it's like, that's very scary, because I guarantee you those are signs from her, but like nothing's happening.
Yes. That was the thing they talked about in the documentary too, because that's on her Instagram as well. Her Instagram page is weird.
The dancing videos.
Yeah. And she'll post she'll wear the same top in like 15 pictures in a row, and it's almost like the same picture over and over again. And some people are like, yeah, wear blue in your next video if you need help.
And then she does, and then we're all just confused. Or maybe she doesn't even read those comments and she has no idea, and she just happened to be wearing blue. We don't know, but like everyone's worried and no one knows what it is that we can do. Does anyone have any updates on the conservatorship? I think there was a recent judge ruling, right?
Yes. Okay. So there was a judge ruling, I think a couple days ago, and Jamie, her father, is still the conservator of the estate, but he tried to object to Bessemer Trust Co. becoming the co-conservator. It's a bank, I think, and he lost. So now she's got this bank as the co-conservator and her father, which I guess is like a small victory because it's not just her dad anymore. But at the end of the day, really, I mean, Britney has said that she's scared of her dad. She doesn't want him as the conservator at all of the estate, but he still is at least the co-conservator as of a couple days ago.
Which is just so unfortunate. But I mean, I know she's in a relationship now, right? She has a boyfriend. How do you guys feel about the boyfriend? Because if I were in a relationship with somebody where there was this many allegations, I would be fighting for her as much as I could. And there was one video that surfaced on TikTok that everybody's been analyzing where they're working out together and you can very clearly see him tell her to smile. And then she does. And it's like, is she part of this controlling, part of this controlling environment? Like, is it even a real relationship, or is this just a part of the coup?
Right. Like I've seen that too, and I have no idea. Some people are saying that like he might be the one actually in control of her social media. And like, God, I don't know. Like I just really, it's so hard with Britney because I feel like any interview that she gives or has been allowed to give, at least in the past couple of years, has been through that filter of just the Britney machine of what people let her say, what she's allowed to say. And she's so smart and articulate. I'm sure she has so much. And like someday when she releases that book, like I want to, you know what I mean? I want her to just write it all or say it all someday and just.
I don't think they would let her.
That's like the problem. I feel like she's, especially with the conservatorship, there's only so much that she can actually say. And if she is as afraid of her father as she is, it's like, will we ever know the truth, or will it be one of those a little too late things?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
True.
God, I hope not. I love Britney Spears.
My question always was, I don't know if there was an answer to this and I just never seen it, or I don't know, but like, why did they take control over Britney and not Jamie when she had a successful career too when she was younger?
So her parents took control over her when she went through mental health struggles publicly in 2008. Okay. And there were a couple times where she had to have some overnight stays in some mental institutions. Okay. She lost custody of her children with Kevin Federline. And so it was a lot of just, I mean, and you know, this happens to so many people dealing with mental health struggles and things, but she just had to do it publicly. And we all got to watch this breakdown of her family and her marriage. And like, I think that was what happened. And there's just so much money involved. And they even say in the documentary, right? Like, there's so much money possible in this or something like that. Remember Karla? They were like talking about how much money, like, that so-and-so could get. Like it's all a money making thing. Like the fact that she's a multi-millionaire also had a lot to do with the fact that she got a conservatorship
They definitely used her breakdown as a part to grow her brand even more without caring about what it was going to do to her reputation. That was one of the biggest problems. And there's even rumors, and this isn't to like belittle her mental health struggle at all, but there are rumors of people saying that it was like drug induced and that they made her act this way. And
interesting.
Conversations, whether that's true or not, because it's all like allegedly. Yeah. Well, when you go to the court and you present all these situations, it's like, even if she was in on it, it's too late, guys. Like,
yeah. Well, sending all of our love to Britney Spears. Like, she listens. She's listening. She's like, thanks, Pop Culture Junkie. You guys are my favorite podcast.
Absolutely.
Yes, please come on the show with JoJo, Siwa, and everyone else that we've invited over the past couple months. But yes, we love you, Britney. # free Britney.
So recently, the Cruella trailer came out with Emma Stone, and it looks super good. I love Emma Stone. I think she's a great actress, so it should be very good and interesting to watch. Are you both excited to see it, or what are your opinions on it?
I am super excited. I think that Disney is doing a really good job of expanding on every single brand that they have. So now that they're doing this like villain series, I think it's so important, especially for children and for adults, to understand that there are two sides to every story. And there are reasons for why people are the way that they are. And if this explores a different side of her where it doesn't necessarily paint her as a villain, but maybe just as a human with experiences, like I think that would be so cool. Emma Stone, she's beautiful. I think she's going to do a great job. I'm pretty sure she's like from Arizona, so that's awesome too. And like, I'm just excited to see her side of it because, you know, sometimes villains are misunderstood.
I have a couple opinions about this. Okay, first of all, Emma Stone looks fantastic in this movie, and the aesthetic of the trailer is on point. And like, I've always kind of low key wanted like half of my hair black and the other half a different color. So, I mean, I'm feeling it so hard. And I love the scene where she's driving the car all maniacally. And it's like, it looks exactly like it does in 101 Dalmatians. She's kind of got like a crazed face. But also on the other side, okay, I haven't watched 101 Dalmatians in a hot minute. But doesn't Cruella de Vil want to like skin puppies? I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't need to know the other side of that story. Did anybody ask for this? Was anybody like, God, that woman who wants to skin puppies? I really just wish I knew what she was going through, what her motivation is. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what happened to you. If you want to skin puppies, you can. Things I'm not going to say because I don't want us to get the explicit on this episode.
Now, perhaps, I'm hoping that Disney's more woke now than they were in like whenever that movie came out back in the day, pre me existing. Maybe they're going to do like a metaphor for this. Like, you know, Disney's really good at what they do.
A metaphor for skinning puppies.
A metaphor for they're going to turn around. There's no way that this is actually going to be accurate in that way. I don't think Disney would be that tone deaf in 2021. But I wonder what they're going to make her do. That maybe she's just stealing the puppies in this movie, which is also bad.
Please don't steal puppies or kill them or skin them. Oh my God, I need my dog right now.
I'm really curious about that now that you have put it in that perspective.
Yes, and I'm sorry if I just ruined everyone because everyone's watching this trailer like, Emma Stone looks so fire. Oh my God, I'm here for this badass queen. And I'm like, what about the puppies? Somebody think about the puppies. Yes.
Okay.
No.
Mini side note about puppies. I don't know if you guys saw, but PETA, if you guys know what PETA is.
Oh, yeah.
You do. Okay, you puppy lovers, yes. They're like telling people to no longer call their dogs and animals pets. Like they want them to be referred to as, I don't know.
Roommates.
Yeah, something like that. So I feel, and I think because that's the movement that we're going towards, I'm hoping Disney
Dude, Karla, you don't even know. I feel like we've talked about dead dogs on this podcast so much because like I am so like I have to go, and I talked about this literally in the last episode, so I'm so sorry, listeners. No, I'm not sorry. I have to go to doesthedogdie.com whenever a dog shows up on screen in the middle of a movie because I have to see before I finish the movie if the dog dies and if I need to close my eyes and during what scene. So I'm hoping, and like that's not a popular thing in movies nowadays to just kill off the dog, because I feel like producers, like you were saying, it's 2021. People know that no one wants to see a dog die. Like, so maybe, yeah, Cruella's money laundering or something.
Way better. I'm joking.
She's so bad. She's a money laundering badass queen.
Get your money.
All right. So we did talk about a lot. I feel like we covered the pretty big topics that happened this past week.
It was a slow-ish news week, which I guess is okay. It's kind of refreshing, right?
Yeah, for sure. We got to talk
after the past year we've had.
We got to talk more in depth about like the big topics that happened.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we are wrapping up the episode. So thanks, listeners, for listening. Thank you, Karla, for coming on once again. We really appreciate it. You were so fun to talk with. And where can the listeners find you on your social media?
Ooh, so my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter is all the same. It's @vodkarla, so it's like vodka, but then it's like the K-A at the end goes into Karla. So
oh my God, I love you so much.
Oh, you can find me on there, and then you can also listen to me on your Monday commute to work or wherever on the radio.com app.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you so much, Karla. I loved having like the three of us just be able to chit chat. This was so much fun. And I mean, it's almost like you're good at talking about the news on the radio. This is so weird. You were such a natural.
Thank you so much.
This is so weird. You're so good at this. But yes, thank you so much for coming on. And I hope we can have you back again sometime.
Absolutely. I love talking about pop culture.
Yes, so do we. I am Shauna Trinidad. Everyone can find me on Instagram at Shauna Trinidad, ShaunaTrinidad. I am also on Twitter at Shauna Trinidad. And please follow all of the Pop Culture Junkie handles. So on Facebook, we are Pop Culture Junkies. On Instagram, we are pop.culturejunkie. And please join our group. It's the Pop Culture Junkie support group on Facebook, where we talk about all things pop culture related. And please like, subscribe, download, listen to the Pop Culture Junkie podcast anywhere that podcasts are featured. Anything else I left out? I think I got it.
Well, you could find me on Instagram and Twitter at NALGeorge14.
Oh yeah, that's where the people can find Nicole.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that's where Nicole is.
Yes. So come find me. But anyways, thanks for listening and have a great rest of your week.
Pop Culture Junkie is a production of Pop Culture Entertainment Group. All rights reserved.